Hello and welcome to the top four, aka the semi-final of the European Championships. Me, Rebecca Gillard, and joined by Richard Walker as always.
Hello.
Hello. We have George on the left playing Targ Fealty and Dan Williams playing Lanni Rains on the right. So yeah, semi-finals. Excited?
Maybe. I mean, I saw this live and in person.
It's nice that you're very enthusiastic about this, Richard.
Yes, this is going to be an excellent game.
Yeah.
We've seen George's Targ Fealty deck on Night of the Blackwater channel, top 16
indeed.
and top 8.
Yeah.
And so we're a little familiar with his deck.
Yeah. We've seen we've seen what it can do. Would you say it's pretty standard Targ Fealty?
If you mean by standard, it runs Drogo, Danny, and the Dragon. Then yeah.
Fine.
But it does have like bodyguard, which isn't ever present in Targ Fealty. He does run a few other plots that you don't see in regular Targ Fealty.
Okay.
I think we saw in the top 8 game that George ran Famine.
Oh yeah.
To great effect. He runs Summer Harvest as well. So yeah.
I suppose they work well with Beggar King. Did he run Beggar King this one? I can't remember now.
He did, yeah.
He did,
yeah. Beggar King. And Dan is playing Lanni Bullshit.
Can't beat a bit of Lanni bullshit, right?
Well, apparently not. Dan is apparently loving it.
Yeah, well, I must admit we were obviously hoping for a UK player to make it into the the top 16 and whatnot, and really happy that Dan managed to make it to the semi-finals. It's fantastic.
Dan's alright, isn't he?
Yeah, he did really well. So just looking at the plots, then we've got Summer Harvest on the left, Noble Cause on the right. So Dan's obviously got someone big in hand he wants to play out.
Yep.
Just sort of mention on the boards then, Dan does already have Tyrion duped, the Hound and a Reducer on the board, whilst George already has, I believe it's Rhaegal, and Unsullied and a Reducer as well. So they're relatively even. I mean, maybe Dan's got a slight advantage there, because obviously he's got the dupe, Tyrion gets extra gold, the Hound is pretty strong. But yeah, I mean, like, relatively even. I mean, it's the dragon on the left, so that's always going to be a concern, isn't it? Especially when Unsullied attacking.
Yeah, for Tyrion. Not so much an issue for the Hound.
No.
But Tyrion might be concerned.
So Dan here is first. He's reduced by 2, plus 2 with Noble Cause, and then paid 3 for Tywin duped. So this is now an extremely nice setup.
Well, I was stood behind him at this point when he redrew after his after he played out the dupe Tyrion, and he's actually got 3 Tywins in hand.
Oh really?
Yeah, so Elector kept the 3rd one in hand. He didn't play it out.
Okay, why would you do that? What's the advantage of doing that, do you think?
I don't know, if you're worried about Battle of Blackwater, you wouldn't want to lose all your dupes in one go. And some Targs do run Battle of the Blackwater.
Yeah, that's a very fair point, actually. The only risk with that is if George, for example, has Varys and then Valar's. That would be a shame.
I don't see too many Varyses in Targ.
Yeah, it's
not because they want to turn on their Slavers Bay port.
That's true. Yeah.
So perhaps Danny taking that calculated risk.
Okay. Well,
but either way, it's in his hand for intrigue claim sake now.
Yeah, that's also true. So he's also saving 2 gold there. Once Tyrion's reaction happens, if/when an intrigue happens, he will have enough to ambush in the Hound again. So if he does do a challenge with the Hound and wins, he can use the intrigue gold to then pay for the Hound to be ambushed back out.
He certainly has good options now. We've got Tywin on 8 strength at the moment. If he goes in for his first challenge.
Yeah, that's true. And of course it's Rains, so might want to be getting that intrigue off. The only concern I'd have here is if George is running Marched, which I can't remember if he is or not. If he is running Marched, well, I mean, I wouldn't want to lose any of those characters as well as Dan.
Well, 2 gold is also burn man territory.
It is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, as I say, I'd assume he's possibly wanting to use it so he can ambush in the Hound again once he's used him after an intrigue has happened. But, you can't always assume in these games.
There are many tricks I'm sure, in their Lannister deck.
Well, I mean, because we've got core Tyrion here, it might be safe to assume that it's not going to be like the clansman bullshit, because if it was clansman bullshit, you might have the other Tyrion.
That's what you play.
Yeah, sometimes. But we're talking about this game now, honey.
Yes, I'm sorry.
That's alright,
I will remain focused and on topic.
So, Plaza of Punishment. And an Illyrio as well.
Yeah. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to get that trigger off very often at the moment. But then he does have a dragon to threaten Dracarys. So, you know, if he goes in with a power challenge with either Unsullied after Dan knelt some characters out, he can potentially win a power challenge. Dracarys, Tyrion, kill him, trigger Plaza, blah 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 blah.
Sounds legit. Oh, Satty's just put on him.
Beggar King.
Is that Beggar King? Oh yeah, you know Beggar King better than I do. Yeah, let's have Beggar King. How much is Beggar King? Is it 2?
1.
1. Okay.
1 gold. And it is loyal.
Ah, so we could use the Fealty then. It looks like he's used the Fealty actually.
Yeah, it's slightly a tilt.
Yeah, I think I spotted him using it on the Plaza actually.
Yeah, he has played 2 loyal cards this round. Makes sense that he would use it.
Yeah.
So he can't threaten Dracarys this round. Instead, he opted to play out Beggar King in order to boost his economy for future round, seeing as Lannister don't generally play many kings.
I'm just sitting there thinking now.
They have Tommen, they have King Joffrey, neither of which see a lot of play.
Yeah, that's true. We should make a Tommen or a Joffrey deck.
Let's not. That means playing Lannister. I don't want to play Lannister.
Fair enough. What was that? A Mirror I spotted then? Might have spotted a Mirror in hand. Although I don't know that she'd be able to do anything.
You've been all eagle-eyed looking into their hands.
Well, you know, got to pay attention. One of us does, anyway.
No, I'll just watch the game.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing, watching the game, paying attention.
I'm not watching the hand, I'm just watching the cards on the board and see if they're moving sideways.
Well, nothing's happened for a little while, so no, they're not moving sideways.
Well, what do you think is going to happen?
Dan's past challenges, I think.
That's an interesting move.
Might be wanting to defend. Yeah, they've literally just both passed challenges and Dan's got Dom. So we're basically, guys, just going to do that for 15 rounds.
That would certainly be an interesting dynamic, wouldn't it?
I'm not sure interesting is the word that I would use. And it might take a little while unless they both just really quickly say, pass, pass, and then just let Dan win Dom each time. But, yeah, I can imagine that's not going to happen.
No.
What do you think the benefit of doing that is?
What?
What's the benefit of both players passing their challenges?
Well, they just get to play out some more cards from their hand with better options.
Do you feel maybe Dan was wanting to not do anything to risk his board presence? Maybe he wanted to make sure his board stayed intact, so he kept as much strength on the board as possible?
Yeah, I don't think he wanted to kneel out and make himself weak to either military or the power with the Plaza. Not that Plaza would actually kill anyone, but...
Puts them in range of mean things, doesn't it?
Yeah, in conjunction with the Dracarys, which wasn't threatenable.
That's true.
Oh look, they both want options.
Yeah, so they're both playing Counting Coppers here. And Dan's winning on power, so George gets to choose. And George is going to go first here then.
Interesting choice.
But because of that low, because they've both got the low gold plots, Beggar King doesn't trigger, does it?
Not at all.
George must be annoyed about that. I bet he was hoping to get a bit of extra gold from the Beggar King on his Counting Coppers turn.
Yeah.
So what does he get? He just gets 3, doesn't he? So 2 for the plot, plus 1 for the Rose Road. Whereas Dan, of course, is going to get the 2 from Tywin as well as his 2 from his Counting Coppers.
Yeah.
Plus 2 reducers, so he's in a slightly better position there, gold-wise.
I seem to recall Dan having a pretty amazing hand.
Yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I stood with a few people and we all just sort of looking at each other with wide eyes. And, oh my god, look at Dan's hand, it's amazing. And yeah, like it was something like he had the the third Tywin in hand. He had like a triplicate of another big character in hand. Don't know if it was Queen Cersei, something like that, but
Yeah, I'm struggling to see his hand at the moment. He's slightly more off screen with his hand than George. So we've got another dragon then, Drogon. So he's not the reducer and paid 2 for that? Yeah, must have done. I'm guessing he's still got 1 gold left there, saving for the threat of Dracarys. And then down there with 4 gold, needing the 2 reducers to play something. What's that, Richard? I can't quite see. Some kind of dagger or something?
Valyrian Steel Dagger.
Valyrian Steel Dagger. Can you remember what he does?
You can't. Well, Valyrian Steel Dagger gives him +2 in intrigue challenges, and also stealth, which he already has. So if he became milked, he would still get stealth.
Oh, okay. I guess that's handy.
Yeah, and more crucially, it puts him out of burn range initially.
Only an intrigue challenges though, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we've got a tickler as well, so maybe the tickler will be able to do a bit of damage. I find tickler very, very unreliable.
Unreliable?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It's like, do you use
Because
this
you
character?
don't always hit on a random chance.
Yeah, because the thing is, it's like, do you just save this person and not use this character that you might actually want to use? And then if you don't use it, and then you kneel him in dominance to discard the top card, the odds normally of the tickler actually ever hitting anything.
Yeah, I would say the odds aren't high, but I would just use him, I think, myself.
What, as a character?
Yeah. I mean, he's good. He's 2 gold, 2 icons, 2 strength. That's good.
Yeah.
Without his ability, which is just like a bonus to me. So some people actively do not use him. And they use him, try and get that random swing, which can be devastating if it hits.
You think maybe just like using him if you happen to not need him is the best way of using him?
Yeah, he's good on. I might save him if the board were big. There's much more chance of hitting us, guess.
Okay, what we've got here, so we've got a power challenge coming in from Illyrio and the Unsullied. So this will be a power challenge for 7 strength, and any defenders will be -1 strength. So Dan will need to be careful here to make sure that, his characters aren't in Dracarys range. And if he really wants to win it, I guess B's going to need to kneel a lot.
Made nightmares in Plaza Punishment.
Ah, so no killing the tickler then. It's good timing to do the nightmares though, because after George has committed that much strength into the power,
Yep.
and then nightmares to Plaza.
Agree.
So George, is already overcommitted, and probably wouldn't put that much in, would you, if you didn't think you were going to get your Plaza off?
No, of course.
Got a military coming in from Drogon. Kneeling the Hound there to defend, so he knows it is, safe from Dracarys. George just contemplating if he wants to take any actions there.
Yeah, he could, Dracarys the Hound win the military, kill the tickler?
Possibly, if he wanted. And it also means it would keep the Hound on the board, which is sometimes good if you're planning on doing something like, battle or whatever.
Which he probably not.
Which is probably not, because Dan would have a much stronger board left than him.
It would feel like a waste of Dracarys, however, isn't exactly money target.
Yeah, that's true. Because Dan's unlikely to put the tickler into anything anyway. Looks like he's going to let it go.
The only thing that would be good for it if he did that, killed the tickler and then played a march next turn. That might be a little bit more impactful.
Yeah. So, Dan wins that challenge with the Hound. Hound comes back to hand, and we're just left with Tickler, Tywin dupe, and Tyrion dupe with the dagger. So I think the only thing he's got left there is an intrigue challenge. I imagine he probably won't do one. Because
against the Rains.
Okay, so it's going to risk it. Intrigue with Tyrion, stealthing the dragon, collecting the 2 gold there as a reaction for Tyrion.
Oh no!
I'd be a bit wary of doing this because won't his strength go back down to 4?
What, after the challenge?
Yeah.
Yep.
If George has Dracarys, I'd be tempted to use it now. He has got one there, I can see it. I'm just going to let him have it though. Okay, so we've got Rains going then.
I mean, he's probably not the case, but I wonder if George thinks he's 6 strength, he can't be killed.
Possibly.
But of course,
but you wouldn't get to where you are in this tournament.
Yeah.
Not quite understanding it, so. So power behind the throne there, so Dan will be able to restand someone to do an extra challenge. Oh, what a claim!
Danny.
Intrigue claim with Danny. That'll hurt.
That'll hurt.
That'll hurt.
I like that. Is that one word or what?
Nice and common. Okay, so a military challenge coming in then. With Tywin. Yeah, so Tywin is on core strength of 6 plus 3 from the gold. Am I having a bit of a blonde? Did Dan have 1 gold left over then?
What,
after
earlier?
marshalling? Yeah.
Presumably. I mean, you're the one that were focusing, remember? You just growl at me.
I was doing my Marge Simpson impression, alright?
Yes, you were. Yes, you were.
But yeah, we know we've got 2 from the intrigue. George, seriously contemplating here. Might still be hoping to get Dracarys off, but it's unlikely because Dan's probably just going to restand Tywin, isn't he? So yeah, so we've got a defender, but Dan obviously wins that challenge. He wins by 5. I'm assuming no reactions. Doesn't appear to be. So no reactions to winning.
Just thinking horrible put to the sword shenanigans.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Renown on Tywin. And the claim was Drogon. Makes sense in Targ. You know, dragons are generally easy enough to bring back. So restanding Tywin with power behind the throne. Kneeling him again immediately for a power challenge. Which is unopposed. You get unopposed, claim, and renown. And then Dom, I believe, because the tickle on the gold. Plus the tickle. Oh! He actually hit!
That's lucky. This game must be feeling a little bit shit for George because you know Dan got his 2 real key characters out. Tywin, who's not really burnable, and Tyrion with a Valyrian steel dagger, which means Tyrion's only going to go in with intrigue to try and trigger the rain, and he's not burnable in the challenge. So yeah, it's quite disheartening sometimes when you play as Targ and then your opponent just had that big high strength dude and you just can't burn them, you can't threaten Dracarys the way you like to, and you know, have that mind control.
Although saying that, I mean with Targ now, with Grey Worm and Astapor, playing against that, you know, you do feel a bit like, oh, this is a bit shit. It's like any of your characters can be Dracarys at any point if Grey Worm and Astapor are on the board. And then when you take into account Plaza Punishment and Plaza Pride and Danny and all the strength minuses.
I think it's good fun.
Good fun to play.
Yeah, play it. Have fun, guys. Everyone play Targ.
No, I don't like it when people play Targ against me now. It makes me sad.
But you have adapted your deck to beat Targ, right?
I'm trying. But now I've got this builder bullshit running around.
That is bad. It's Whammer's fault.
Yeah.
And he's just a
Boo
bad person.
you, Whammer. Oh, okay.
He decided the tickler is expendable. That's a good march, actually, because you either get rid of Illyrio and the Beggar King, or you get rid of the Dragon and the Drac Threat.
Although I'd be a bit wary, because if George had played Varys' Riddle, that would have been a bit sad. So I think George was just checking whether he can trigger his Beggar King.
Which,
can he?
Nope.
No?
The
Because?
when revealed of the plot must occur first, and the Beggar King is a reaction after those when revealed are triggered.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It is.
George's George's gold gain this game doesn't appear to be working very well for him, bless him.
Not yet.
Not yet, no.
Not
Until
yet.
he gets slavers they fought on, right?
So George has marched Illyrio,
Mm-hmm.
which probably is a signal for Dan that he might have a Dracarys in hand.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, Illyrio has good icon, depending whether he has other options in hand. I mean, if you don't have Dracarys in hand at all, would you be tempted to march the dragon and keep Illyrio?
Possibly, but the dragon's got a dupe, and I think George is not going to be getting as much gold as he was hoping.
I don't know. He'll get 6 gold from the plot. He would have had 2 from Beggar King, plus the Rose Road and the Reducer. That's 10 resources and Fealty.
Yeah,
That's 11 resources. So he could have spent 9 of it, kept 2 for Illyrio, used Illyrio stand.
Yeah.
He had plenty of gold choices.
What's Jamie got on him there?
Attachment.
Thank you for the clarification. Not 100% sure what that attachment is. Guess it could be a widow's wail.
Well,
It looks quite...
Dan had 4 gold plus Tywin, so that's 6 gold and 2 reducers. And he spent 6 gold and plus 1. So yeah, maybe a widow's wail to put him out of drac range.
Cool. What other attachments are there that it could have been?
Lannister don't play any other attachments really. They're pretty
You do
garbage.
realise that Tyrion's got like a dagger on him.
Yeah, and that is good in Veins. I like it, especially with Queen Cersei, which he doesn't appear to have or have out.
Although Dan really does have a dream board there.
High
So long as
strength
George
dudes.
doesn't march.
I mean, in theory now, Jamie is 7 strength in military challenges, Tyrion's 6 strength in intrigue challenges, and Tywin's whatever strength in power challenges. So again, it's disheartening for the Targ player to see that and think, well, I'm not going to burn them. I'm going to have to win challenges against these powerhouses.
Yeah. It's a pretty formidable board to be looking at. I'd kind of expect Dan to Valar next turn, because he has all the dupes. So
Yeah, but then what if George Valar does following turn?
well, as you say, Tywin's still in hand, right?
Yeah,
So he could just play out the dupe on Tywin again.
but any renown he puts on Jamie is then at risk. I wouldn't play Valar if I was Dan.
No?
No, I mean, he's winning on the board today. Why Valar?
Yeah, I guess so. Although George does have a triple duped Rhaegal, or double duped technically is what it is, right?
It is.
I remember you telling me off about that before. There are 3 copies of Rhaegal on the board. Better?
But I'm not. I didn't even comment.
Not this time, but you are sitting there smirking, giving me the look.
I'm not giving you any looks.
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't do that.
Uh-huh.
I am entirely innocent of anything.
Of course.
George has given the signal for Dan to go ahead and do horrific things.
Danny is on the board. I think I can see 2 gold, because George uses gambling chips.
Pocket chips.
And it doesn't look like Fealty is knelt. So yeah, I must admit, when we're trying to keep track of George's gold
It does
and
look
power...
like Fealty, no?
Is it?
Yeah, the card underneath
Oh, yeah,
is
actually, no,
tilted.
you're right, yeah. But yeah, trying to keep track of George's power and gold is quite difficult with poker chips. They're very hard to measure.
God damn it, George.
So unfriendly and helpful, George.
We'll let you off this time.
Got any challenges from down then, or is he passing again? Surely just a big military with Jamie, right?
Well, because if it is Widow's Wail, then he'll be on 6 strength when he attacks in military, right?
Is Widow's Well +1 or 2?
+2. But Danny is standing.
Oh yeah, of course.
So if it's not Widow's Wail, then he'd only be on 4 strength in military, which might explain a reluctance to do it.
Yeah.
Who knows?
This may be speculation, but the card under Jamie, the text box, looks a little bit whiter than the one on the dagger.
Whiter?
Yeah, like if you look, the one on Tyrion is like quite yellowy, like the Lannister yellow, whereas on Jaime it looks more white. So I don't know if maybe it's a neutral attachment.
What neutral attachment do you think it can be?
Don't really know. Bodyguard?
Could be a bodyguard. Although why you dupe Jaime and bodyguard Jaime and not Tywin, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe because he has the other Tywin in hand. I don't know. I don't know if it's that. We'll find out. And if you guys have already spotted it, feel free to post in the comments.
Which they won't do.
No.
By the time they finish the video, they'll have forgotten all about this.
Yeah. Dan passed his challenges, by the way, in case you missed that little info bit.
Cool. Dan's going to defend and win on defence.
Apparently so.
Which is fine. Put the onus on George, and George doesn't have a brilliant present to attack.
George is doing an intrigue challenge against a Rains deck. Let's just process that, shall we?
A bit of hand flapping.
So Tyrion's reaction gains Dan 2 gold there. So defending with Tywin, who is on 8 strength due to the gold, which means that Dan wins by 5. Not entirely sure George thought that through unless he's got a trick.
Maybe he just didn't care enough.
Yeah, Rains Trigger. And Filthy. Lanni goes down.
Yeah, I think that's probably a mistake.
Hmm.
But what's done is done.
To be fair, George has had a pretty eventful day so far.
George had a very eventful day.
I don't think I've seen one player have so many dramas in the lead up to the cut.
Yeah, the top 16 drama with the Plaza Pride, the top 8 drama of people putting these plots in their cell phone. Just seemed like, very eventful.
Yeah, maybe he's on a bit of a tilt from all of that or something.
Nah, I doubt it.
No.
George seemed cool enough to be able to deal with that.
He can deal with that shit, yeah.
He can deal with that shit.
Yeah.
I remember speaking to him after this. He was so chilled out.
Yeah, he was really nice actually when we were talking between games. He was very enthusiastic about the day, which was nice. I think there's a few Greek players, wasn't there?
Yeah, there was a couple. So Dan defended some challenges and did some bits and bobs, and he's 8-1.
Doing good.
Yeah, and he hasn't really done much either.
No, he's done fuck all, hasn't he?
He's just sitting there saying, well, the onus is on you to beat me now. I'm ahead in power, what are you going to do about it?
Yeah, he could use a couple of chuds on the board, just to, actually I think I just saw George selecting March there.
That would be good, wouldn't it?
Well, yeah. I think...
For George, not for Dan.
George might be expecting a Valar. Yeah. So Valar's happening. We've also got Marched. I imagine George will choose to go first and trigger his plot first, so that he can maybe march Dany off the board, and also that stops.
I must only have one copy of Dany left in the deck.
It's true, unless he's got something like Isle of Ravens or something that will shuffle things back in.
Apparently, according to our world champ Joe Miranda, Isle of Ravens is a bad card.
Okay.
And Tears of Lease is also the best kill spell in the game.
It sort of fell from favour for a little while.
Really?
It is a bodyguard! Ah, there we go. See, I told you it was like less yellowy.
You've edited this video, you know.
I don't know, I don't pay attention. I just sort of edit and hope
I don't
for the
pay
best.
attention, I just write down every plot and put it on the screen so people can watch it.
Yeah, but remember, I do these like in bulk amongst work in a few days in advance.
Cool. I was just going to say, I know Dan has an extra Tywin in hand. I know he's got the bodyguard in hand. So he can protect both the key characters again.
Yeah.
George probably licking his lips right now, thinking, "Ha, I'm going to Valar next turn."
And then Dan will march and be like, haha, go for it. Although saying that, Dan's actually no, I was gonna say Dan's not got that much gold, but he's got 4 gold plus 2 reducers plus whatever other economy he might have in hand. So he should be able to get a few things out.
Doesn't need to get that much out.
No, but just enough to protect from, any military claim and whatnot. Although again, I mean, he's Valar, so he doesn't really need to attack. He just needs to make sure he defends properly.
Sounds like Dan.
Defending Dan.
Defending Dan. Defensive Dan.
Dan the Defender. Sounds a bit cooler. Sounds like he's like riding through the field with a sword and a suit of armour.
He sounds like a really crap He-Man. Dan the Defender. No, I don't like it.
Dan the Defender, a really crap He-Man.
Oh dear.
I think we need to get him a t-shirt.
I'm sure he would be delighted to leave that in his wardrobe.
Aww. We've got t-shirts.
I'm wearing one right now.
No, like, for like events and stuff with nicknames on. Would you get Walker Frey?
Yes. You're going to trigger me if you carry on.
What are you, a card reaction?
Treachery. I'm a treacherous bastard.
Yeah, I don't know about the treachery part, but you're definitely a bastard.
Thank you for your kind words.
You're welcome, dear.
Drogo and Beggar King have been marshalled.
As was Tywin's dupe, and a bodyguard on Tyrion.
As we suggested might happen.
Yeah, nearing 2 reducers and paying 2 for Cersei.
Have you got the dude?
And he's got something. A bodyguard. Dan, where are you getting all this from?
Well, his deck is full of, 6 Tywin, 6 Tyrion, another 6 Cersei, and 27 bodyguards.
Is that what it is?
It must be. I don't know how you got through a deck check.
Oh dear. So yeah, so we've got military coming in with Drogo then for 5 strength. There is a dragon standing. He does have a gold left over, but Fealty looks like it's been used.
Would you block with Tywin?
You can't afford to lose 2 military challenges. You could afford to lose 1, but not the 2. So, although I'm not sure I'd defend that one, I think I'd wait for the Rhaegals.
I'd defend that one.
Would you?
Well, if you nailed Rhaegal to Dracarys, then he doesn't die. He can claim a dupe off Cersei, and he can't be the recipient of 2 military challenges.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, it looks like George is considering that. I'm pretty sure he's got Dracarys in hand. Or is he going to use it now?
It's only going to bluff using it now, if nothing else.
Yeah, there is one in hand. I can see glimpses of it, and I'm pretty sure I saw it earlier as well. So he's...
Yeah, I mean, his body language is saying, Dan, I've got Dracarys, I might use it.
Yeah, so
which is probably forcing Dan to play around it, or it would do if he had any characters.
I was going to say, he doesn't really need to play around it because he's playing Lannister, and all of his characters are silly strength.
So do you just wait now? No, he's just going to go for another military scene. It'll be unopposed.
So,
they're just trying to clear off some bodyguards.
Yeah, I mean, if George is looking at playing Valar himself next turn, he probably wants to strip some of those bodyguards and whatnot.
Holy cow. Dan's got like 3 hands on the board then.
I think someone else was helping him. I think he was getting a bit mixed up with his golden tokens or something. I think his power tokens were all mixed in. He was trying to figure out how much he needed.
Oh. I was thinking, he's only got 5. Realised there's 4 on Tywin.
Yeah. So we've got an intrigue here. Dan forgets to trigger Tyrion's gold here.
He must have been so excited.
It's unopposed, which means he's going to be able to trigger his reigns and lead into a plot that actually has claim. Wildfire.
Wonder why he did the intrigue with Tyrion.
Right, instead of Cersei, so he could win by 5.
That seems legit. They still would have had one claim, I suppose, with Cersei, but you're right, wouldn't have won by enough.
So we get to see the unopposed there then, claiming a dragon, and then doing the power with Cersei, just unopposed plus claim. Now, if Dan had remembered Tyrion's trigger there, he'd have won Dom, as it was George won Dom, because he had 1 gold left. So that did cost him a power.
I find Tyrion trigger sometimes really difficult to remember.
Especially when you've got things like Rains and stuff like that, because you've got so many different triggers and things.
Probably just thinking, yeah, I want to trigger my Rains, man. I want to get me some claim.
It's like when you do the when you're playing the clansman decks, and you know you've got Tower of the Hand out, and you know you've got Tyrion on the board, like new Tyrion. Oh, stop your faces! But there's so many different reactions that you can be doing, and it's just like making sure you're in the right order. And sometimes it's so easy just to forget one. Okay, so we've got trading versus Blood of the Dragon.
Oh look, Dan's got more stuff he wants to play out.
This is where the mountain comes out or something, right?
That would be disgusting.
All of the top key characters.
Does Dan even run chuds?
God knows. Yay! I think that's the first time he's managed to get his Beggar King. He's getting all the gold this turn. He gets Beggar King gold, the trading gold.
Maybe he'll populate a board.
Maybe. Maybe he's going to make it difficult for Dan. Difficult Dan. Dan the Defender. Getting all of these nicknames. These are really easy to do like the alliteration with, aren't they?
Rebecca, please stop this. It's not big and it's not clever.
So,
I love how meek you sound.
Piss off. Miri! Is it going to win fuck all with all that strength on the other side?
No.
Unless he does some serious Dracarysing. I can't see how he's going to get Miri's trigger off. She needs to win alone, doesn't she?
Yeah. He can. Well, I mean, every character is -1 at the moment. Blood of the Dragon.
Yeah, but that includes her.
Yep. But he has Dracarys tool. He has Plaza punishment tools.
What the fuck is he even playing? Is that Jack and Hagar? Yeah. Okay, so Jaqen's on the board with his Val Morghulis tokens on Miri, Drogo and Rhaegal. Playing out a Rose Road, needing with 2 reducers to pay for an attachment. Come on, George, a bit lower so we can see. That does not help. Can you see what it is, Richard?
I don't know, Widow's Wail? Who knows?
Is Widow's Wail not for Lannister only?
No?
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, might be Widow's Wail.
That'd be horrible.
Although I thought he knelt 2 for it. He knelt the 2 reducers.
Maybe it's a Valyrian steel dagger.
Okay, yeah. Increases strength and intrigue, right?
Yep. And gives some stealth and intrigue, which would be disgusting.
Ooh, yeah, that would be mean. Okay, George passing his challenges here then. I don't know how he's going to defend.
I mean, wouldn't it be worthwhile going in with Miri to sort of make sure someone kneels?
Possibly, but...
You do give, of course, Dan more money.
Yeah. So, we've got an intrigue then. Stealthing Miri. Is he going to remember Tyrion's trigger? No.
He's given up on Tyrion trigger, he doesn't need it anymore.
He doesn't, does he?
It's easy to remember at the beginning of the game when you've got nothing and you're always short of gold.
But when you've got 5 gold remaining on your plot card, I guess it's not quite as important.
Has he still got the Hound? I think he has, hasn't he?
Oh yeah. 1 minute, does he? Yeah, it came back to hand, didn't it? I didn't see it taken for intrigue or anything. I'm guessing he's still got the Hound. What are you going to do, George? Fender Rhaegal?
Flip the table. This has been it must have been horrible for...
To be fair, Dan has got like every big character he wanted from the start. It does just sort of show you like the variant side of things. Like,
you draw your bigs and you can afford to get them out,
Yeah.
you likely you're going to dominate again.
Yeah. I mean, I know we were talking before about, you know, semi-finals and finals being best of 3. And sometimes there are games where you think maybe that would be fair. Oh, Dan's remembered his 2 gold.
See, you
Slightly
wonder.
delayed, Dan. Go on.
You wonder how different this game turns out if it's best of 3. Whether it'd be the same again. Maybe it would. Maybe not. Dan, of course, been so calm and composed about it. He knows what he's got to do. He knows that he can just pass challenges and just defend for the most part.
Yeah.
Stack up that renown. He's got big dudes. He can win the challenges. He's got a lot of strength.
So, just looking at the board, so Jackan won the challenge, use a reaction to kill Drogo and claim of a Drogon. Going in for power.
All in. This is it, right? Got to be it.
Surely.
Is it it?
Intrigue, stealthing, Miri.
Didn't you do?
Oh, not
what do you do?
intrigue,
Intrigue,
sorry,
doesn't
power.
it?
Power, stealthing, Miri, my
Yeah,
mistake.
because Tyrion's got stealth.
Yeah, and opposed and claimed. Military unopposed. Plus the renown as well. So Dan very comfortably there taking the win.
Sad time for George.
Sad time for George.
Well done, Dan.
Dan was to the final. Fantastic. Well done, Dan.
England represented in the final.
Yeah. So, tune in next time for the final, guys, and thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye.